Balotelli, Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
Hello, and welcome to the first Beyond the Pitch podcast. I am your host, Vibe71. I am joined by my co-host, the Italian stallion, Michael Alonzi.
Ciao.
And finally, after months and months of trying to get this league started, we are, from when we were recording this, 2 days away. I'm so happy that this actually came around, even though it's only eight teams and there's a huge gap. I'm just happy that this, we finally get this underway.
I know. How long did it take? I think I signed up a year ago?
Yeah, dude, I was like the third sign up. When someone told me about this. It must have been a good 5-6 months easily. But this is going to be an interesting year. And yes, we are both on Liverpool. I am the Liverpool goalie. I'm also the AGM, and Alonzi is obviously our starting defenseman. But I'm going to try to keep this as non-biased as possible. And hopefully it works out. Hopefully we don't sound like complete douchebags when talking about other teams, even though we're going to take the piss out of every team, even our own, even our own Liverpool boys. But just the way it's going to work out.
Yeah, we all love you. We all love every one of you.
Oh, and if I butcher anyone's fucking PSN, I'm sorry. It's just, I was, my name used to be butchered all the time before I switched over to Vibe, so just the way it's going to be. So let's start off. We're going to do a full team review here on every single team, and then at the end we'll list our predictions for the season. So why don't we just start off by the team I didn't get any of answers from, Bournemouth, Bournemouth, if I pronounced that right.
I didn't know they had a team. I just recently just seen.
Yeah, it's Justin B's team. I didn't get any response from them. They weren't even in the GM chat on Skype. So what I did was I actually asked 3 questions to each GM, even Liverpool's, and we got some interesting responses. Shout out to Go Hawks, the Everton GM, for giving me the best response. But anyway, let's just get the team that didn't respond out of the way. Looking down the roster, I don't really know many of these names. I know a few. Obviously, me and you played with Justin B, the owner. Not the best. I'm going to admit it, not the best. I heard his AGM, Will Rolltide, is pretty good, though.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I still have to witness them play, but from some of these names, like Drew of Canada, I know him from the NHL leagues. I haven't seen him on the pitch yet, though, so can't really say anything. But some of these names, I know Matt 4029 over there. He's played with us a few times, and he's actually
that's right. Matt, the left back, who I formed into left back, got on that team. That's gonna be interesting because I've never seen Molson Q play, and Matt's a growing defenseman. He has his moments. He does. I mean, you played on a defensive line with him, right? He has his moments, right? So,
he's good on the wings.
That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. I've seen Let's Go Blues play before. He's pretty good. Also,
shout out to the Rocket League team. He's on my team. Mafia.
That Valdo, I've never seen him play, but I heard he was very good for the most part. That might be interesting too. Looking at their goalie Sparkplug, I've never seen him play before, but I heard not the best, but not the worst.
He's good. He's a good NHL goalkeeper. I know that, being a goalkeeper myself, but I haven't seen him on the pitch. But I've been hearing things that he is pretty decent, and he might be throwing a good show there for this team.
Well, looking down at their reserves, they actually have, I don't know how, I doubt he's going to stay, but as of now, Friday, King Khans, who signed up as a goalie, he's on their reserves. I've seen Khans play. He's not bad at goalie. I think.
I know.
So maybe if they pull him up, or unless he doesn't get traded to Leicester, obviously we know he's going to get traded to Leicester. But we all know if he doesn't, maybe he becomes the number 1.
Yep, I know a lot of these names.
But here's the thing about this team. The preseason tournament, which I'll get to, they end up playing Spurs, and they lost 3-0. Now, the Spurs are good, and we'll get to the ridiculousness of the Spurs. but they lost 3-0. They obviously were in the same pool as us. We didn't play them, I don't think. Both of us kind of just went right through.
Yeah.
So they did lose 3-0 to the Spurs, which is okay. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but that's the only game that I've seen them play against other talent in the league. So, we'll get back to them when we do the full league thing. The next team I want to get into here is Chelsea. They got a response, or I got a response from them. Chelsea. I've never seen most of these guys. I have no idea who the owners are. I know they are NHL guys, though. So that's...
Yeah. A lot of them. Extendo, I know their midfielder. JD40, we know him.
Yeah.
He might bring the same magic from the ice to the grass. You never know. Nasty, we know him. Jay Borrow. A lot of NHL players here.
Yeah, there are a lot of NHL players. So I asked them who were they most excited to play against. They quickly said Tottenham, obviously. They like the trash talking. And when I said who's their guy to watch out for, essentially, I did that to every team that I got a response from. Who's the guy that they should the other teams should look out for. He said JLM 1410 is his full PSN. I'm just going to call him JLM. Said
Jim.
I don't know. No, I think it's an L though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He pretty much said he's exciting to watch. So I haven't seen him play. I know that he is on my PSN friends list though. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen this team play. They did play again. I'll go back to the preseason tournament. They did play in the preseason tournament, and they didn't come out of their group. They went 0-3 with a negative 3 goal differential, and they scored 1 goal and got scored on 4 times. Now they were in a group with the Spurs and Manchester City and Leicester, but 1 goal, that's kind of shaky.
Yeah, feels like they were getting turned over. Probably not bringing the ball up nice, getting caught. A lot of pressure, because you've seen how Tottenham plays.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure. Don't give you time with the ball. You never know. Maybe they were just got together.
Yeah, maybe they don't have that experience of playing together, which a lot of teams have right now. That inexperience, no chemistry. So, as a lot of NHL guys, I'm interested to see how they transfer over to FIFA and how they go. But he actually did say that. When I asked him what's one thing everyone should know about Chelsea, he flat out said, "Fun fact, about half my team on my roster has never played more than 10 games on FIFA 17. So, from there you just kind of, I don't know. We'll see how they do. I know where they land on my top 8 list, or how the league's gonna go, my prediction list. But I don't know about you. Let's move on to.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Interesting. A lot of NHL guys, but
you never. Yeah, they just need the chemistry.
Yeah, who the hell knows? You never know, right?
Yep.
Let's move on to Everton. Obviously, Go Hawks, and Amazing, Dustin, and Twisted. I know all 3 of those guys. I've played with all 3 of those guys. This team, in my opinion, is going to be a top 3 team. I'm just going to flat out say this team has a lot of talent. And
they have a lot of talent.
They didn't play in the preseason. They completely ignored the preseason tournament, and that's okay. It wasn't that important, to be honest. When I asked him, obviously the questions, who's the team you want to play the most? He said Leicester City. When I asked him, because he knows a lot of players, that's what he said, but everyone knows everybody. When I said who's the number 1 guy they should look out for, this one was interesting, and I didn't know this before I asked. The Extreme Curl, who's I think a forward, or he's registered as a forward. He only went for 2.5. He's the only Euro player on that team. He's been playing with Go Hawks since FIFA 12, and Go Hawks is good at the game, so I assume that this guy's going to be, just as good. And not only that, Go Hawks flat out told me, he said, I learned a lot from him, how to be a team player. So, if Go Hawks is learning from somebody, Go Hawks is good at the game, how good is this guy, right?
Right there, you hear Europe, right?
Right, and he's a European, so
these guys, they bleed the game. They tattoo it on their chest,
How good is this guy, especially up at forward? And I'll get to why I think they're gonna be top 3. But and then I said, what's one thing we should know about the team? He said it's going to be an odd season. My guys don't really know most of the community doesn't know who they are. We have a full roster. Playing pretty much like they've been playing together. I don't want to read this whole paragraph. It's a very nice paragraph, but
holy,
he said
it's like a Bible.
Yeah, he said it's going to be a good season for them. There's no reason why they can't finish top 3, which I agree. But where I feel like this team is going to dominate is that midfield to the attack, right? Because Twisted, have you ever seen Twisted play?
No, not personally.
Okay, Twisted is a very good. He's a very good midfielder. He knows the game. I played with him last year. Very good midfielder. Along with Go Hawks, and Semple, if they find a way to get Semple into that lineup, that's gonna be deadly moving forward because you have Dustin up top, and we all know how good Dustin is if he keeps his head calm. I love you, Dustin, but you have oh my god, it's Rooney. The guy's name is oh my god, it's Rooney.
It's Rooney.
Dustin said, or Amazing said, he was a top 100 forward in this game. So, right then and there, the guy plays. And the extreme curl. That attacking force, those 6, dude, I don't know if that's the real deal. I don't know who's going to stop that.
I feel right there, I feel bad for me and you when we play against it. Because it's right there, it's a lot of defending.
That's going to, yeah. The only problem, I've never seen their defenseman play, and and they don't have a goalie, as we're looking at. They just dropped their starting goalie.
Well, they got Mooner and Purple Kush as their
reserves.
Which they might call up, right? Mooner, another NHL goalie. Know him a lot. He's a great NHL goalie. Just, it's a whole different game when you come into FIFA. It's a whole different concept of playing goalkeeper. It's not like you're just standing there and take shots.
Absolutely.
Cut the post.
I've been playing goalie for 4 years, and this game was a reality shock. Without the first month was definitely the hardest transition. But goalie's just difficult this year. Without the red indicator, the shot warning, you got to be on your toes. You can't just goof around on your laptop.
It's how you react. You run up to the ball.
And players are just better this year. The overalls have just skyrocketed from last year's. So a player knows how to take a shot. You got to be on your toes, and you have to play manual as a goalie. If you're not, you're just gonna get beat. It's just a fact.
You go and dive far enough. You can, you stick in the middle with that circle that just sticks you there. You can't really dive for those far shots.
It gets hard.
Manual, you have to, because you got to position yourself, right?
Yeah,
so, tough job.
So that's where I feel like Everton might struggle, but Go Hawks is going to be playing any for them anyway. I don't know who's going to be playing any for Bournemouth and Chelsea, but I know Go Hawks, and he's a good. I've played co-op seasons with Go Hawks. He's a good player overall. So
I would love to see how Cummins is going to do too, because I haven't seen him play.
I haven't seen Cummins play, but I heard that. Well, he's told us that he can only play once or twice a week, right?
Yeah.
And we know Carm's not bad either, right?
No,
Carm's not bad.
Carm's good.
So I haven't seen anybody else, but I'm sure that this team will finish top 3, right?
Even shout out to my boy John Hardcock. I gotta see what he's gonna do. He kills me.
Oh man! all right. Let's move on to Leicester City, who I know a little bit better than most teams. Jimmy, a hockey man. Sobo is the GM, and the AGM is Jetup, also known as Sigliden. I think, Sigliden. I don't know. People say it differently. Anyway, this team was interesting. They have a lot of NHL guys, right? When I asked him, when I asked hockey, he gave me or greatest ever is his name under the roster. But when I asked him, he gave me short answers. I said, "Who's your favorite team that you want to play against?" He said Liverpool, so he could score on me. Okay, I did shut you out. I'm not bragging or anything, but I did make a nice fingertip save at the end of that game to keep a clean sheet in the preseason. But I'm not, I'm not chirping. Yeah. I said the player to watch out for. He said Jeff 0012. I've seen Jeff play, pretty good. And then I asked, what's the one thing that we need to know about them? They're probably going to have the most yellow cards and red cards. I don't expect that to be.
Yeah.
I don't expect that to be true, but it's going to be that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah. But also don't forget Greatest said He picked Jeff because he said he was ugly. AF.
Yeah, because he's ugly. AF is the sentence that he gave us. That yeah. I didn't feel like putting that in there, but all right. If you want to put it in, there, I'll put it in there. Right? Let's look down this roster. So when we played them in the preseason, the score was 5-0. Now, it wasn't the greatest game, but hockey's good, or greatest ever. Sobo's good. I haven't seen Zagnassi play, but in their midfield, obviously Lamb is probably one of the best center defensive mids. That guy is a box-to-box monster. I mean, that contract, though, right? You have Dakar going for $7 million. I don't agree with that price, but all the prices are inflated. But, like, Semple went for $8 million, right? And you go back to Borthman's team. Not Borthman. Yeah, Borthman's team. And their Let's Go Blues wasn't picked up for the first 2 days. And he got placed a $500K bid, and he goes up to 6.25 in like hours. The bidding was so inflated, right?
Yeah, it's.
Dakar knows how to pass at least, right? I've seen J-Town play years ago, like 2 years ago. I don't know if he's actually going to play.
J-Town, man, he's mostly every game I see him play. It could be Rocket Leagues, NHL, FIFA. He's good. He's decent. He knows what he's doing. I see him as 500K, but still making a big impact on that team. Another guy like there is McLaughlin, my Irish fella.
Yeah, McLaughlin's not bad, right? I mean, that price of 9.5.
But he's from Ireland.
He's from Ireland, right? So it's in his blood a little bit. He'll be good in the midfield with Lamb, I think, and Jeff. My concern is the depth, because I've never seen Troyer play, but Troyer's good at most games. But it's different. See, that's the thing. You could have good NHL players come over, and if you judge a player if they're good as NHL, it just never works.
No,
right?
it's two different games.
So I've never seen Troyer play. I've never seen any else on this team play. When we played, their weakest link was the defense, and I don't think Jetup was there, who's their only defenseman, and he's not even a center back. He's a wing back. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know who's going to play center back for them. And their weakest link was definitely their goalie. I don't know who played goalie for them, but he didn't have a strong game. He looked very shaky. I'm not trying to bash him. It's just by one game. It's just by one game. And their defense didn't play great either. But, 5 goals, come on. Right? And it wasn't even like we were sweating it, man. We were just taking long shots,
Yeah.
So.
Which should be saved, but you never know in FIFA.
Yeah, right? We'll get to the Spurs game, the finals there also.
But you never judge one game, right?
No, I don't want to say I judged one game, but that first goal, it was like 5 minutes in, we scored that first goal. And it was a savable shot. Like, it was a savable shot.
It was a cracker, though. It was a cracker. It was a nice shot. It was nice. But what are you going to do?
But what are you going to do? I don't know. I feel like if this team's going to struggle, it's going to be on the defensive end. I don't know who plays any for them either. But that might have just been one game, which it probably was. I expect them. I'm not going to say where I expect them yet. But that's where we're going to go. All right, let's move on. I'm just going through the roster. The way the roster's set up.
Oh, Stamkos on the reserves for them too.
Oh, I've never seen. I looked at the reserves. The only person I've seen was Penguins play, but that's like two years ago. So
even Vikes Bull. A lot of these names I can see.
They're all look at how many NHL guys they have. It's just an NHL full team. Okay.
Oh, you'll see.
So
throughout the season, you'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
All right, let's get into Liverpool, our team, obviously, and I'm just going to try to be unbiased, and we'll just run through the team really quick. Won't get into it too much, just so we could, keep this on the unbiased side.
Yeah.
Voltage, Akon, me are the owners. The team looks really good. Obviously, the first name that pops out is Saka player, $15 million, very high price. With the all-inflated prices, it happens, right? I really like Navarro from what I've seen. I really like Y. Kane, also known as Yoshi. I really like Ez Dangles, who we picked up in TC and has become pretty much a rock in our midfield. Very good box to box. Details is going to drop back and probably play center back with you, which I really like personally. Kane's pretty good. Auto Jets is pretty good. And that's pretty much, and the answer 23, also known as, well, we know him as Didi, his name on the site, and his PSN are different, but he's very good. He's probably going to be playing an outside mid position. RTC is the only one I've played with. It's Evo, who played center back in the preseason tournament. That went really well. He's probably going to be moving up to midfield, though, but not bad to have there for emergency defenseman.
He played good on D with me.
Yeah, I think you guys did okay for the most part.
Yeah. Even he probably won't be able to play a lot, but the real T-Man, shout out to him.
Hopefully T-Man can play. It's always good to have more defensemen, because we haven't played a full game of 11, and that's been my concern. I don't know what this team poses when it's just a full 11.
I would love to see it, and we will get it going, but it just takes time.
I hope. My one problem about this team is the talent's there, but the play style and the chemistry isn't.
Yeah, well, we have one game that we actually kill like we did with Everton and destroy. And was it Everton or Leicester?
Leicester,
sorry.
That preseason tournament.
Yeah, the preseason game against Leicester, we killed 5-0. But then when we go against the Hotspurs, you've seen what happens. We play crap. We don't make the great passes. We think, okay, let's just rush. And we look like a bunch of people with heads, chickens with heads cut off, It's disgusting. But we got to just learn. We got to learn how to play the conservative soccer.
Our record versus Spurs isn't too hot either.
No.
But we'll get to that when we get to the Spurs.
But yeah.
We should be a good team. I see no reason, like how Go Hawks put it, there should be no reason this team finishes out of the top 3, in my opinion, if we play to our potential.
Yeah, we should be okay. We should be good.
Okay.
Good competition.
Enough about us. Hopefully we didn't completely make it sound like we're too favorited. But let's go to Manchester City. I've never seen any of these guys play.
No.
At all.
Birch Boy, I've seen him play.
That's like the only one.
Birch Boy.
Yeah, Birch Boy. The goalie. He's a goalie. That's the weird thing, right? They have 3 goalies too. Okay, anyway. Well, shout out to Man City. That's my favorite team, and I hope they don't make. Well, first of all, they need to change the logo. First and foremost, that's just not the logo anymore of the team, and that has ticked me off a little bit. Triggered. That's just not. If you want to keep a realism, like, come on, boys. Someone's got to do that. Anyway, I haven't seen any of these people play. Obviously, the owners. I don't know how to say your name. I talked to him in the chat. Sheik. Sheik. I don't. The
owner name is Shiki. Oh no, what is it?
Sheik. Yeah, exactly, right? I can't say
Sheik.
it. Sheik was Sheik, right?
Sheik 90. Yeah, with Sheik 90.
I've never seen him play. I've never seen Core play. I've never seen their AGM play. I don't know what this team poses.
I've seen a few of them. We've seen Birch Boy, and we've seen Jake. I've seen Jay Cross, B-baller. They're decent. They're good, man. They know how to play FIFA. So that's all.
Here's my concern. They played the preseason tournament.
Yeah.
Right. They went 1-2, -3 goal differential, 4 goals for, 7 goals against. And here's the swing, which I'm not gonna say if this is like a huge accomplishment, because I just give the Spurs more shit to talk about for those cocky assholes, even though they're very good. All right, I'll get to them again. Like I said, they were the only team that scored against them. The only team. Manchester City was the only team in the preseason tournament to score against Leicester. The Spurs.
Yes.
So who knows, right? They did lose 4-1. They did lose 4-1. And so
I don't know who was in that game, but they have this 675 goalie here.
Well, that's the person running the league is Simba, and I know still.
Okay.
That's the guy running, and he's played on Xbox, and I'm sure he's a good goalie. There's no doubt that he has thumbs, right? So it's gonna be interesting. They don't have any real defenders. If I'm looking down this list, they have one in the TC, right? Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. I want to see where Bruch goes, if he plays net or plays midfield.
I think they got him on the reserves or something.
Yeah, the guy is playing in reserves. I think he might have been dropped. I'm not sure. Anyway, that no midfield. I don't know who's gonna play any for them. It's probably going to rely on if they could score goals and how well Steel City and Simba could keep Manchester City in the games. That's where I'm looking at this team.
I've seen What Was Me play too, the forward. He was good.
He was good?
He knows how to strike the ball, yeah.
All right.
So I see this team becoming a big competitor, making the playoffs.
Do you?
For sure.
Here, when I'm looking from what Sheik, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
Sheik.
Mm-hmm. When I asked him his favorite team the team he's looking forward to most playing is Liverpool. He said Esty, Esty, but that's the player to look out for. I don't see him on the roster.
Esty.
Esty. I don't see him.
What team he plays for?
He said Manchester City. I don't see him anymore. He said he's very good at passing and finishing, and he was probably going to be their rock. I don't see him. So I don't know what happened to that.
He could have a different name. Could be one of these guys like EQ Bomber.
Yeah, something like that, right? I don't know. So if he's on the list or if he's still on the roster, the player to look out for in Manchester City from Washik is as Esty or Easty. I don't know, right? The butchering of the names here, boys.
Yeah. One player won't do the justice, though. You're going to be a team in this game.
No, yeah, I mean, absolutely. You're not going to be carried by one player, right?
No.
So, I don't know. We'll see how City does. I know where they land on my list of
I'd give them.
We'll get to it. All right, let's go to Manchester United. The Red Devils. All right. Again, the questions, I said, what team are you looking forward to playing to? They said us. He said we have a great combo between Akon and Asaka, and then it should be a good challenge for them. I said the player to watch out for, no surprise here, Jay Carlos, obviously the big money contract, signed for 2 seasons at 10.7. I don't agree with that. I think next year the inflated prices are going to go way down, and having a player at 10.7, almost 11, isn't worth it.
No. Probably because Portugal won the Euro Cup.
Yeah, right.
Went crazy.
The Portuguese man goes for almost 11.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone. Actually, I've seen a couple of these guys play.
I know Tough Cuts. I know King 88. I know a lot of these guys. You know Newfie.
I heard Dubs was a good goalie. Not sure about if it's true.
Sophia should be good.
Yeah. But again, I'm looking at the defenders. Does Thorpe Clan? How well does Thorpe Clan play center back?
I think we played a few
I've
games.
never played with. Maybe you have. I've never played with Thorpe Clan.
He plays with the All Blacks, the French team. So I don't know. They could be a good contender, man. Especially they got Carlos that can actually strike it when he wants to.
Yeah, if Carlos plays. I'm not going to say he could carry the full team, but he could. He has a lot of weight on his shoulders on that team, in my personal opinion. So we'll see how he does. We'll see if the Pogba of LG FIFA.
Like a lot of these guys are NHL players too. Like phenomenal one, great NHL player. You don't know how he's going to be on the.
Yeah,
on the pitch.
I actually had him on my VG team. We had him on the VG team.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Remember that? That was fun. He said for the one thing that he wants the team to be known, he says they have a great team that doesn't quit playing and is mature. That's the first team I heard that said they had a mature team.
Yep.
So we'll see how they do under pressure. I'm just worried about that defending. Again, I'm worried a lot about these teams, even our own, about the any and then the defending. That's such a huge, because the attacking power is there for all teams, in my opinion. It's just the defending is so key, and how well your goalie plays.
It's tough.
Like, you can have the best goalie in the world in this game, but if he's going to take 13 shots and 4 of them are sweats, you're going to lose, man. So,
yeah. Defending is probably the hardest position in this game. Without a goalie's the hardest, but defending in this game, man, to be a good defender, it's hard. Especially you got to block shots, cut off these passes, and it's how big is the field,
Yeah.
And you're a little body on that field. So, but it's a tough challenge, and a lot of these defenders that signed up, they got to get practice going, or it's going to be a long season.
I'm really excited to play in United because I want to save a couple of Carlos shots, because you know the banter between us two. So
he's going to hit you with the low corner.
All right. All right. Let's see.
I think they'll do well.
Let's get to the team that I think, well, the majority of the viewers are probably going to be from them anyway. The Shoutbox Heroes, the cockiest team I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And as I'm
Mr.
looking at their
Soccer.
roster, I just found the name Esti, so he got traded to them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The Tottenham, as they like to call
Barcelona.
them, the Goat Spurs, or whatever that ridiculous name is. This team,
The Goat Spurs.
or the Goatingham, or some ridiculous, someone came up with that in their Skype chat. Okay. This is the favorite. This team won the preseason. They've dominated almost all games in terms of scoreline. They have 5 or 4 guys that have been playing together for years. And let's just go through the roster. The owner, Rant, who's going to play defense. The AGM, who we both know well, K. McDonald.
Mickey D's, yep.
Mickey D's. And then the GM, Poopin since 95. And Poopin is the guy who knows and who's brought in probably the best attack out of the league. With
Delano in them, yeah. Look at them, man.
Delano, Slomny, I think that's how you say it. And You Want to Be Me So Bad, who's their enemy? Slommy, excuse me. T. Slommy. They just posted right before we recorded this. Baked River Otter, who's been playing with them also. So they just added another guy, plus Claus, who's as good. And if SC's as good as Manchester City said, you're looking at a team that's filled with good players. And Real Demon is probably one of the best goalies in the league. So you're looking up and down. You're looking up and down this roster, and it's very hard to find their flaws. My one flaw in this team is how long can McDonald carry that defense? Because Rant's good, but McDonald's amazing. I don't think Rant is the best for the league. He's a quality player, right? But versus a really good attack, how much is McDonald going to have to carry, and how many times is Demon going to get called upon to make a spectacular save from a defense who I think is going to be carried by McDonald? But then again, how many chances is another team going to get when you have an attacking force like them? But I mean, these guys are shoutboxing, dude. I've never gone into the LG FIFA chat and not seen a Spurs player talk. Like, not talk. There's always a Spurs player in that chat.
Like, now that they added Esti to the midfielders, their midfield core is great.
Is really good. I mean, Princess Juice isn't bad. And M.A., I don't know how to say that name, dude.
J-Claus?
No, M.A. Stocklas?
Skotlas.
Yeah.
I think he's Greek.
I think he's Greek, too. He played in the midfield when we played them. And Snipe Shot, I've never seen play, but, I mean,
Snipe
4
Shot's
million.
my boy.
Is he?
Shout out. He's Italian. Fellow Italian.
So he obviously knows soccer, right?
Yeah,
so this team's a favorite. And let's go from our experiences of playing them. We've played these guys 4 times, right? Game 1, we beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And what really ticked me off was the cockiness of we got lucky. That's what they said in the chat. And whatever, right? They didn't have Demon playing in net. We had me playing in net. And then the next 2 games was an absolute routing. I mean, we lost 4-1 and 4-1, 3-1?
We fell apart, man.
Right?
We fell apart.
And we got to see firsthand what the Spurs had to offer in terms of that counterattack and the overall chemistry of the team. If you move to the preseason tournament, they really played well. I mean, 1-0 versus Leicester, 4-1 versus Manchester City, 1-0 versus Chelsea, 3-0 against Bournemouth, and then in the finals, 2-0. But in my defense of playing in net, I did get a hand on both shots.
You should have had him.
I mean, that's just game at that point, right? Like,
my play was awful.
I mean, it's all right. It happens, right? We also didn't get a shot in their box, so like, come on.
Well, we couldn't get past their mid.
Yeah, I mean, their midfield was shutting down.
Us off.
And You Want to Be Me is a really good ending. He's a good ending. So this team is going to be the team to beat. I think for Everton, Liverpool, Leicester, that's going to be the team to beat. And if anyone else surprises me, you're going to have to go through Spurs. And they've been playing every night because those 5, right? You have a 5 that's dedicated to play FIFA, and McDonald, who's always around, right? And Demon, who's always around. You have guys who it's just worked out perfectly for them. And that management has done a good job of putting this team together.
Yeah.
Right?
What would you think? You don't see a lot of NHL players here. You see maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about. You don't see NHL players. And
no.
In their reserves, I don't know anyone in their reserves, but I don't think they need to pull anyone up when their whole team is dedicated to play.
Yep.
So
this is the number 1 ranked team right
this
now.
is the number going into the season without a doubt. The Spurs are the number 1 team, and they have a reason to be cocky, right?
It's a long season.
It's gonna be a long season, and
you never know.
Yeah, who knows? Things happen, right? And
Yep.
teams come together and teams fall apart, but that's definitely gonna be the number 1 team. So, of talking about our list of teams, Alonzi, I'm gonna ask you: give me 8-1. What do you think at the end of when it's all the dust is all settled? Let me hear.
Prediction from the beginning.
Prediction from the beginning to the end. I know I'm asking a lot, but
because I'm judging.
Dude, trades are going to be flying left and right in mid-season, but
Yeah.
from all the rosters that are right now, give me 8-1.
8-1. Well, I have to hit number 8 to the first team we talked about.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth. FC. Bournemouth FC. They we don't know much about them. They look like they're a pretty new team, but you never know. But it's early, and I'm just giving my prediction. I give them number 8. Number 7, I would give to, well, a lot of good teams here, so it's gonna be hard. I would have to give it to Leicester.
You have number 7 is Leicester. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 7 is Leicester because how we played against them, but it was only one game. It's a quick prediction, and I could see some of these guys being hot-headed and not like getting mad at the game.
So you say the NHL players don't hang with the thief?
No.
All right.
It's a whole different game.
Okay.
It's totally different. Hockey, yeah, I'd give Leicester probably number 1. You know.
Yeah, I mean, look at that lineup. You put a stick and some skates on these guys, and Spurs become last place, and Leicester probably becomes first. Like, come on.
Oh yeah. But that's just a prediction, so I'm just going by what I think.
All right, so you have Bournemouth, Leicester.
Number 6, I would give it to who's tough here. I would have to give it to. Here we are.
Don't overthink it. Just let it. Yeah.
No, Chelsea.
Okay.
Number 6. I haven't seen these guys really play, hearing the stories, but you never know. I'm just giving you my prediction.
Yeah. No, I mean, no worries if you're wrong. This is just.
No.
Alonzi, we're gonna get roasted for this podcast anyway. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Just don't hate on me.
Just gotta let it fly, man.
Yeah. Number 6 was Chelsea. Number 5, Man United.
Okay.
I don't think Jay Carlos is just going to run this team by himself.
Yeah,
a lot of these guys are good.
I agree with the whole Jay Carlos not being able to. It's just too hard versus the top 3 in my opinion.
He would need his whole team to step up.
Yeah.
And make them at least a top competitor.
Also, Thorpe Clay needs if he's a good defender. If he's not, that team's screwed.
Yep. Number 5 is tough. It's a tie. But
no, you had United as you have right now Bournemouth, Leicester, Chelsea,
Man
United, and then now you're going to the top 4.
Yeah. Number 5, it's a tie. I would have to say, let me see here. Wow. This is tough.
This would be 4, Alonzi, not 5.
Oh, it's number 4, right?
What's left is Everton. You haven't said Everton, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Spurs.
Yeah.
So 4. This would be 4th.
I would give Everton number 4.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
The bold prediction. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you think Everton?
I don't know. I played with a lot of these guys before. A lot of them are high tempers. They
Ooh, okay.
They'll be good when they play. Yeah, if they win, they'll be happy. But if they lose, I think they'll start shutting down. Like, oh fuck, we lost. Sorry to swear. Oh, we shut down, and boom, they start losing game by game because they're gonna stop caring. That's what I really think about them.
I like that.
Yeah. Number 3. See, I would put us there, 100%. Just because. No, I wouldn't give us number 2 because how we play against good teams.
Now let me get your honest opinion. Who's the MVP on Liverpool from the beginning? Who's gonna be the guy that needs to be on every game? Like, if this team's gonna succeed,
it would have to be Tom. It has to be soccer player.
So see the answer for the number one. All right, I hear that.
It would have to be soccer player.
Okay.
He's way too much money. He has to produce every game.
I hear that.
Not just produce, play smart style soccer because he's mid. Make that nice pass. Make that. Don't get caught. But everyone's gotta. I swear. I hate swearing. Sorry. Swear jar. I gotta step up on my defense and play a great defense and make sure that you don't get all these walk-ins and breakaways. And as our team in the core, we need a good any. Because if we don't have a good any, we're screwed.
Yep.
And we just gotta play smart style soccer. So
Unless we get 11.
I would give us number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, Man City.
You got Man City second. This is the shock. I did not expect you to have.
I like
City
them.
is
I like
2.
the names.
Okay.
Some of these players do play soccer.
And I'm gonna ask you the same thing about every top 3. So you have Tom being the main one. Who on City is your main guy?
Looking at it, what was me is a great player, but Birch has got to step up. He's a goalie, but I seen him on the pitch. He plays good. He plays smart soccer.
Okay.
But he's no all-star like I'd say a Jay Carlos or a Tom.
Yeah.
But he's a good
so
player.
he's the silent hero of that team.
Yeah.
That's what you're going at. Okay. And then obviously the Spurs being the number 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't see them at the end of the season being number 1.
You don't have them as winning the league. Wow.
No.
All right.
They will win. They will probably come in first but when it comes to playoffs, man, I think it's going to be a whole different story.
Yeah, that's right. If you guys didn't know, it isn't just like regular where it's you win the league, you win. There's a playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've seen NHL teams choke, right?
Mm-hmm.
But who knows about? Okay.
This is FIFA. Soccer, anything can happen. In football, man.
Yeah, who knows?
One bad move and it's a goal. You never know. So that's my predictions.
All right.
1-8.
I'll bang mine out real quick. I agree with you. Last place Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
But we still got to see more.
Yeah, we still got to see more from them. Chelsea number 7.
Yeah.
I have Man United coming in 6th.
Yeah.
I
picked 5th. Yeah.
I have you have them as 5th. If it's just up to Carlos and no one on that team steps up, then there's no way.
There's no hope.
No, there's no hope. So I have them at 6. This is where we really differ, man. I have Manchester City as 5th. And that's a huge gap. 2nd to 5th, man. That's that's out there, right?
Yeah. Your prediction.
I don't see them being able to hang with Everton and Spurs. That's just my personal opinion. Which is what you're going to have to do if you want to make it to the top 4.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Leicester. I feel like they'll produce enough to get 4th. They'll bank something out. If their goalie isn't a problem. Because if their goalie is a problem, I could see them dropping to 5th, 6th.
Yep.
Easily.
Yeah.
I agree with you, us at 3rd, for the single reason of if we can't come together as a team and have that not clashing of playing styles between our midfield and forwards and that mesh, then we get 3rd. Because I'm confident enough in this team that we'll beat the lesser teams, in my opinion.
Yes, but then when we go against the top 3 teams,
then top 3, top 2, then we're gonna struggle if it comes down to that. I have Everton 2nd, and I'll tell you why. If they could keep a calm head, that team will give the Spurs the best run for their money. Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
If their defense could pull through.
Well,
And they have a
I
goalie. I don't know who the goalie is either.
I don't know about John Sheldon, but he is $7 million.
He is 7 mil, right? But I mean, no offense, but Matt went for 5. Like, come on.
I went for 7 too.
Matt's played like 45 games before bidding. So, we'll see.
I know.
If they have a good goalie and a goalie like the quality of like Demon or, as I'm guessing, Simba, then I could see them finishing second. There should be no reason why they shouldn't finish top 3, like Go Hawks said.
I think if Mooner steps up, just playing a lot of FIFA, he can actually be a decent goalie for them.
I mean, their midfield's very class.
Even Purple Kush.
Filled with class.
Yeah. Oh yeah, great team. Great team all around. Just a lot of hotheads, like I said.
Yeah, if they could keep that down, and Dustin knows how to play. He knows how to play top of the line side. So does Twisted. So does Go Hawks. Their leadership knows how to play good FIFA. That's where I feel like they're gonna mesh really well. And the Extreme Curl is obviously owned of FIFA teams before, like FIFA top pro clubs teams.
Yeah.
So
Curl's
and
good.
then we get to my number 1, obviously the Spurs, and I say that in a dreadful voice because everyone wants to see the best of the best fall, and there's no one player that's gonna carry this team. It's gonna be that attacking 6 and 7 because they have that depth, and you're not gonna beat Demon on a normal easy smeezy shot. He's a good goalie. So I have them winning it all. And in terms of that preseason tournament, they flashed a little bit of that. But that's pretty much where I'm at. I could see us drawing with them if it comes down to it. Mm-hmm. If our defense plays well, if we have a two-way game going, box-to-box game going, all right.
They're going to shift the ball against these guys, man.
I think that's got to be the number. You got to win possession versus Spurs, and even if that's not even a guarantee that you'll beat them because they can still that counterattack is insane. So that's where we are. That's our predictions. This is the end of the first episode. I hope people enjoyed this. I know no one's gonna watch this full through, but because it's almost an hour. Hopefully the quality sounds okay. We'll be back on the next one of Beyond the Pitch. Thank you for watching. Good luck to everyone in the season.
Yep. Good luck, boys. Let's have a fun season, and let's see how good we are. That's it. Let's go on. Everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Peace out. Beyond the Pitch.